Well, I'm on the farm today. It is sunny and breezy. Creek's in good shape. I got a lot to do. Let me get started. So I need to get the bush hog and the John Deere back over there and finish trimming around the perimeter of this field. Won't take long. And then we're going to put a disc to this field and start working down some of this debris. I'll come back. Alright, I've trimmed right in here as much as I want to trim. Well, actually all the way around the field for today. And I'm ready to get this thing off and put the disc on. So let me do that and I'll come back. Move those things out of the way. There's the disc. Alright, so I got the disc on the John Deere and kind of shallowed out the harrows on the back here a little bit instead of having such a steep cut. The front is still a little on the steep side. I need to run it a little bit and see what I got. So the other disc you've seen in my videos before my fast hitch disc was a Massey Ferguson disc. I forget the name of it, and it was plumb wore out, and the biggest thing was it was just really lightweight. This is a really heavy disc, and it cuts really well, so that's why I wanted to run it on this. My fast hitch disc has got one gang that seems to be seized up, and but I asked my brother. He had this thing set up for a quick hitch, but it wouldn't fit my my John Deere, so he was good enough to take that off so I could use it here really over the next several months, because I want to work this ground down really good, and then when I go to that field over there, I want to be able to do the same thing. So let's just see how it goes. It's got new blades on it. I mean, they're probably several years old, but we kind of rebuilt this thing some time back, and it's really been used for deer plots. But I'm going to use it in this field today and in days to come. I'll come back. I do not have the stabilizers cranked down tight. I don't think when you run a disc on a 3-point implement that you should tighten that disc down. Some people don't agree with that. I've read on the internet, but I just feel like there's a lot of stress there on any potential side-to-side movement, even if it's just your tractor totally steering straight. And I'm not running my spring tooth cultivator across this field because when I get out into the places where the autumn olives were ground down, places like right over there, I just think it acts more like a rake than a tillage too. So I'm gonna see how it goes. This ground is soft and loamy, kind of sandy, loamy soil. And the last time we ran this disc on this field, it just did a marvelous job. But I had scratched it all up with my spring tube cultivator. But I'm gonna see how it goes. They still have to use that cultivator, but we'll see. So I'm just kind of striking me a line down there, and I'm gonna work over to my left. Let me get going, I'll come back. So you can see down here where the autumn olives were that it's kind of grinding this stuff up pretty good, and it's just a real, sandy, loamy soil. And but believe me, there's a lot of rocks under here, and I don't want to bring those up, and I also don't want to bring up the autumn olive stumps. I had one jammed in my disc that I had to clear just a little bit ago. And then I'll walk on up here a little way. I'm going to go until it gets dark. It doesn't get dark till after 6 o'clock. And then in another couple of weeks we get daylight savings time. But I just kind of show you, again, where the autumn olives were, and there really wasn't any sod to speak of. That it's cutting pretty good, and even where there is sod, and there's no rhyme or reason. I mean, I'm not going in circles, but I'm going back and forth, and but you can see, like right here, that disc is cutting, and I'll hit this several times. This is even better. I'm not trying to cut it too aggressively because I don't want to tear up the disc, but that's broke loose, and then I'll come across perpendicular. I'll go from side to side on a series of passes, and it won't take long. Then I'll have it. It'll just be dirt instead of sod, and that's kind of what I want. And right in here is where I haven't hit it twice, where you see a little heavier there. I've probably been over it twice, but like right in here, you can see that the disc has cut down in here, and it doesn't take much to kind of make it start doing kicking up other clumps, because when you come back through, you're not going to be cutting in the same groove. You're probably going to be hitting it right in here somewhere, or kind of cutting across like that. So it's kind of unconventional tillage, but on this farm it works. I've done it many times. And well, I've had videos, you've seen kind of the history on this field over the past several years, from the autumn olives to the forestry mulcher, and now we're kind of getting down to a place where I can hit it. I've given the ground and the debris an opportunity to rot to a certain degree, and now it's time to kind of help it along and grind up this stuff over here that would kind of mess up my spring tube cultivator. It's time to grind all that stuff up and get it in the ground. And I want soil, I want contact where the seed can touch the soil. I don't want to overseed over top of just sod. I need the ground to be cut, and I don't have a drill to do that, a no-till drill. this is just what I got, and I've had good success with it. And I'll come in and broadcast it and probably run my cultipacker over top of it at some point. In some ways I kind of rely on the roughness of the dirt to bury my seed, so when it comes in here, you know, it falls in these crooks and crannies. I mean, I'll try to level it out to some extent, but so that's kind of what I'm up to here on the farm today. Kind of getting started with the next step in reclaiming this field. And this old disc, it's about 6.5 feet wide, not quite 7. It's an excellent disc. If anybody knows what it is, leave it in the comments. We've never really known. It's been on this farm at least 50 years. And my John Deere 505 5D, it's just it's at ease with that disc. So let me just keep going, and this is just the start of the many more days of this when I have time to come in here, and we want to try to get this all tamed down and some grass on it of some sort, and take a hay crop for this summer. So that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and kind of what my strategy is here going along. And hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share the video. That's always helpful, and we'll talk to you later.